Hi, Facebook. So really quickly, I needed to come on and go live so that I could talk about something that's really bothering me today. And I really apologize. It looks like my stream might be skipping a little bit. I still haven't figured out why, and perhaps it's my laptop. So I am streaming from my laptop today on Streamlabs OBS. And this is a video about HB 1455 in Florida and what it is, what it does, and why it is something that is very damaging to the cannabis, the medical cannabis community in the state of Florida. So I want to get right into this. First of all, what is HB 1455? HB stands for House Bill, and the number just designates which one it is. And it's in the Florida House of Representatives. This is a bill that was proposed by a representative by the name of Roach. In my opinion of him right now, I want to use a kind of a childish nickname, but I'm going to refrain because, yeah. I'm just going to pull it up so I can make sure that I have his specific name here, and so that I tell you exactly, I'm reading it to you. I know what his name is, but I'm just double checking, making sure. Okay, and I think that this is a misprint at the article that I'm actually reading. I believe that he is a Republican, not a Democrat, but it says the bills, there's two bills actually, and there's one that's in the Senate as well, but that's not this video. This is the House Bill 1455. And this was filled by Spencer Roach, who is a representative, a senator, or a representative from Fort Myers. And I want to stop here for a second. I want to use the word again, representative from Fort Myers. So to all my friends in Fort Myers, if you guys will take a moment and reach out to this guy, just let him know. The problem is that Representative Roach seems to think that all cannabis users are just potheads chasing a high, that it's a recreational it's a recreational thing that has no medicinal purpose, and so basically he's mad. It seems to me that he's mad because there are folks who are using medical marijuana to also get high. It is a side effect. And I'm just going to point out here, we can talk about the psychoactive side effects of the big pharma industry if you'd like, because I've never ever experienced a cannabis user have to switch to heroin to get the relief when they're taken off of cannabis. So yes, when a cannabis patient is no longer able to access their medication, they're going to be miserable. This is going to lead to an increase in suicide, an increase in opioid and over-the-counter medications, an increase in alcoholism, because people are going to try to self-medicate. No one wants to be miserable, okay? If cannabis is working, it's not physically addictive, and it's never caused an overdose death ever in 2,000 years. Wake up, okay? I'm going to quote here, and I'm not a religious fanatic. I am a very spiritual person, which means I feel like I get divine inspiration from all over the place, not just man-made religions, right? I see truth in all religions. So, but I'm going to quote Genesis. I'm going to use Genesis 1:29 through 31 as an example here. That says, every seed-bearing plant on the entire face of the earth and every tree that bears fruit is a gift from God to mankind for fortification. Okay? And every green thing that grows, all of the herbs, are a gift to all the animals that creep, crawl, walk, fly, slither, whatever. There's a whole list of them. They list it out. And those, and I'm paraphrasing, but all the green herbs are a gift to animals from God for food. And then in verse 31, it says, God looked around and saw that it was good. And that was the sixth day. And then on the seventh day, he rested. So to me, all of the herbs in the planet are like icing on the cake. Those are the gifts that God left, creator, whatever you call the life force energy, Mother Nature. They're gifts. So patriarchal society comes along and says, no, you can't have that gift. No, we're better than God. We're above the creator. We're above Mother Nature. We're better than Mother Nature. To me, that displays one of the 7 deadly sins, which is ego. And that's of the devil. So as far as I'm concerned, in a spiritual place, this HB 1455 is over the top. And it's just a perpetuation of the level of prohibition of a natural, God-gifted resource to mankind and animals. Did you know that in the beginning of the United States, in the forming of the United States, hemp was grown? It was required by law that you obtained and planted a minimum of 2 tablespoons of hemp seed on your homestead before you could claim said homestead as your own. That was a law until, like, I think, I could be wrong, but 1838, 1839, around that time is when that law disappeared. But this country was founded on hemp. And what happened? They used that hemp for fibers and all kinds of things. What happened to the leaves? Well, they stripped those leaves off the fiber stalks and fed it to the livestock cattle, which meant the livestock cattle got all those phytonutrients and all of those endocannabinoid system replenishing goodness, all of those gifts, right? The cattle ate. And then we ate the beef, which was more nutritious and more healthy and didn't give us heart disease and all these other problems that we're having now from processed factory farm foods and big pharma. So what is it? What is HB 1455? What that's going to do, to sum it up in a nutshell, and I got to get off here. I don't want to speak too long because these videos, I hate long videos. So really quick, HB House Bill 1455 in the state of Florida is going to, number 1, limit all smokable flower to a percentage of 10% THC or less. So what happens if a cultivation site actually grows 12%? Oops. You can't, it's very difficult to control nature like that and the production of THC within the plant. So what are they going to do? Are they going to add fillers to our smokable flower? And then we're smoking who knows what, right? Well, how are they going to limit that? Are they going to have to destroy those plants? Are they going to have to extract the terpenes and resins and stuff and actually dilute that down? The natural process creates higher percentages. Yeah, I understand. People are playing around with cultivars that actually can produce, like, I think I've seen 34% THC. That's not I can barely afford 15%. So, back off. To me, what this is going to do is it's going to send all the people that have recently stepped over onto the legal side right back to the streets. You're going to have an increase in crime. And what's happening with street weed lately is that street cannabis is that it's being sprayed with other components. Chemicals are being used in the grows that actually affect the phytonutrients and the compounds in the end result of the plant. You're getting strains that are grown with too many metals in the fertilizer process, which are accumulating in the plant material. I've tasted the difference. So listen, I just got legal in November because I was actually able to look at the system and say, okay, I can find organically grown flower at a percentage that's high enough to relieve my symptoms, and can also maybe experiment with trying other delivery methods. But I know flower works for me. I'm not going to stop doing what works for me. If I've used a pot holder to take a pan out of the oven and someone brings me a flimsy one, I'm not going to try the flimsy one. I'm going back to the one that saved my hand. If I don't have the level of THC that's currently in the RSO that I eat, which does not psychoactively affect me because of the level of CBD oil that I take to balance it, right? I have balance. I get normal from cannabis use and even from high strains of high THC content. I have so much like hyperactivity. My mind races in 17 different channels, all in different directions at the same time. The only thing that fixes that for me is a very heavy hitting indica strain, usually with a higher THC level. Now, look, that product may put someone on the couch for the day and they're done. But you know what it does for me? It gets my house painted. It gets my attic cleaned out. It's about to get my garage organized. It helps me get my laundry done. It helps me clean the kitchen. And you know what it's also helping me do? That level of RSO that I eat for my Crohn's disease in the morning is helping me be able to be a reliable employee, because without it, I'm not leaving my house because I'm not leaving my bathroom. TMI, but if you know anyone with a digestive issue, have a chat with them privately or contact me privately. I will be happy to talk to any legislatures, any representatives, anyone who's against cannabis. Come have a conversation because I want to help you understand the other side of that stoner high, chasing the high mentality, because that is a minor part of the benefit of cannabis in the state of Florida. So not only is it going to cap the hello, Solitario, hola, ¿cómo está? Just going over some rules in Florida. It says here, it's going to cap it at a 10% THC on all smokable cannabis products. Your whole flower, you're not going to get over a THC percentage of 10%. Normally, it's between 10 and even up to 34% THC. So 10 right now is kind of the bottom of the barrel. Like, that's not even really effective for most people. I don't buy 10% because I have to smoke so much more of that, the actual combustible parts of the plant, to get the effect that I need, that it's damaging. It's actually damaging. That's where you get into the danger. You want to eliminate the carcinogens and increase the actual medicinal benefit so that patients are able to use less product to reach their desired results. Also, I wanted to note that the pediatric recommendations in this bill will actually take away THC for kids, period. Anyone under and let me clarify, that's anyone under the age of 21. Anyone under the age of 21 is going to be limited to a 0.08%, which is also called low THC, which is also called hemp. So what they're doing is they're taking away all those kids that benefit from epilepsy and seizure control medication that the THC fixes. These are cancer patients. These are people who require compassionate care, and we should all be concerned about helping them benefit. This is about people that can't use traditional methods. For example, myself, and I'm going to put myself out there. I have multiple chemical sensitivity syndrome. Basically, plastic particulates from a water bottle can make me sick. Like, there's so many things that I'm sensitive to. We can't even, it goes without saying, the preservatives, the binders, the fillers, cellulose, maltodextroses, and everything. These are things that I have digestive issues with. They cause inflammation in my digestive system and send me off on Crohn's disease flare-ups and craziness. So I can't use traditional big pharma medication. Every single thing that you can get from your pharmacy has a binder, a filler, a preservative, a gel, some kind of coating, some sort of Caruba wax additive. There's some additive in it. It is never just the pure product, the pure medicinal compounds, where in cannabis, I can go and get live rosin and it's not going to hurt me, but it will melt my back pain away like that without any addictive effects, physical addictive. Yes, I am mentally sort of addicted. I'm dependent on it because it relieves my pain. But if I don't have it, it's not going to add anything additional to my stress or struggles or medical situation except not having that desperately needed relief. So it's going to cap that for under 21, anyone under 21 to a less than 0.08%. And it's also going to cap your concentrates. That's your distillate, your RSO, your shatter, your crumble, your butter, batter, any of the concentrate products to a 60% limit. And that sounds, you say, oh, 60%, that's good. No. 60% is like the bottom of what you can get now. That's when they take all the art, all of the trim, and they make a very quick, inexpensive indica RSO, hybrid RSO, or sativa RSO. They're not giving you a strain specific. It's a bunch of different strains mixed in there, but that's the bottom of the barrel as it is, and that's usually at least like 75% THC content, and then you've got the distillates that go up in the 90s. I think I've even seen a 98% THC content in a distillate syringe, I think I don't know, but I'm just saying, like, you think 60% is a lot, but when you compare it to 80 to 90%, it's really not. And what they're doing is what's going to replace that percentage. You have to fill in the gap in that 1 gram of distillate, right? So what additive are they going to do to cut it down to a 60%? And how's that going to affect me? It's going to make everything that is available within the medical cannabis industry in Florida not work for me. There's not going to be anything that's going to work without, and I can hardly afford cannabis medications now. I have to figure out how to purchase my cannabis under $10 a gram and under $10 a milligram for, the THC content, or I don't have the funds to actually pay for my medication, which I have to pay for in cash. So there's no benefit. I can't just go, even people who have, like, say someone with food stamps, cannabis is 100% natural, non-taxable product. You should be able to use food stamps, maybe, I don't know, for your meds. There has to be a way to help people who cannot afford their cannabis already. And we have to call and let our legislatures and our representatives know. And I'm going to say again, our representatives, they represent us. So tell them how to represent you. In your country, 80% young people smoke cannabis. I'm from Uruguay. It's very peaceful, right? Is Uruguay peaceful? I don't know. I would think it calms, it's very calming. And honestly, like, I've considered, because I've worked with domestic violence victims, and I've considered that people who are violent and who commit violent crimes, maybe they should be required to smoke cannabis or use cannabis products to calm them down, I don't know. Just random thoughts that come into my mind. So anyway, what's going to happen is all the kids that cannot get their meds anymore, they're going to leave. They're going to go to states where they can, if they can at all do it. And if they can't, then those parents are going to, out of desperation, have to be part of the black market to help their children, which is a horrible, horrible place to put a parent in. Like, to put a parent in a situation where, this is the only thing that makes your child stop having seizures, right? Oh, you can't have that. Nope, you can't have it anymore. So I think if you are in the Treasure Coast area by chance watching this, Dana Lee Trabulsi, who is a Republican for the District 84 in Florida, her phone number is 772-595-1391 if you'd like to call her. Otherwise, just take a look. Go to Google and type in, like, local Florida Senate representative near me, local Florida legislature, or, local representatives near me, take a look. There's a bill both in the Senate and in the House. And the Senate bill is 1455, and the House bill is 1455. It's HB 1455. And the Senate bill is Senate Bill 1958, 1958, which is where they're trying to take us back to. I'm just saying. It's going to force patients to spend more money to achieve the same relief that they're getting now, that many are having difficulty affording now. I really feel like the pharmaceutical industry in Florida is suffering. And so maybe some of these representatives are getting big donations from the pharmaceutical industry, maybe like Publix pharmacies, because I know the Publix heiress donated a bunch to anti-cannabis measures several years ago. It was big in the news. I think she donated like $800,000 or something to anti-cannabis. And I'm sure that there's been more since then. So there are a lot of business entities here. And by the way, Publix, I'm really moving away from you. I love my Publix. There's so many good products, and I just really enjoy the people. I love knowing where things are and how to get. It's the consistency that I love Publix, but I'm not spending my money there anymore. Just to let you know, there are other places that have been getting my money instead. Local markets. I love my local Aldi. They have a lot of imported European products that my stomach doesn't react negatively to, unlike the regular off-the-shelf Publix products. There are some organic products at Publix that I buy and can eat, but the grocery store is a very limited experience for me because of so many processed food products that have preservatives, artificial food coloring, artificial flavors, unnecessary additives. I mean, you really don't need a lot of the things that you get in your food, and they cause long-term effects that don't get reported. They don't go, they go quote unquote unnoticed by most people. But basically, this guy Roach, his proposal, it continues to encroach on the practice of medicine between a doctor and a patient. So basically, what they're doing is they're saying, oh, your doctor thinks you need 500 milligrams a day. Guess what? No, you can't have that. We know more than your doctor, and we know better than Mother Nature. So in my opinion, these guys are like the devil themselves in their ego, in their greed, and in their absolute failure to look at reality and nature and the benefits that nature gives us all around. These guys come from the school of thought that nature's bad and you need something boiled and processed, and you don't get a single living enzyme type product in the United States, really. I can't imagine. I don't know. Is sauerkraut, does that consider? Are the cultures in the yogurt actually live? I don't know that they are here. I'm just saying there's a lot of stuff. You can't get ripe cheese. I've heard Diane Jennings, Irish content creator, and that's different. I'm a streamer. I'm doing this live. I'm not editing. Content creators are brilliant, hardworking, creative, artistic individuals that can give you the feels and work their butts off through planning, recording, voiceover work, clips adding, editing, promoting, marketing, interactions with their communities. I mean, these guys put so much work into it. So go support people like Harker Ryan, Diane Jennings, Jamie J. Carr. These guys are amazing. I do not do what they do. I'm just putting on some quick, live, rambling video about HR 55 and why it kind of makes me mad. Actually, it makes me feel betrayed and very disappointed that I wasted my time getting legal if it's not going to work for me anymore. So I'm watching carefully and crossing my fingers and making a video to maybe spread the news and let you know what it is and let you know what you can do. Actually, let me just double check, because there is a local, there's local folks that I like to watch and listen to. I don't watch, honestly, don't watch their whole thing. And again, I'm going to cut this off here shortly in like 5 more minutes. But I want to make sure that I have the right, hold on, tabs. No, Trilby. Okay, yes. Okay, so what you're going to want to do is you're going to go type in 710 morningshow.com, 710morningshow.com, because I want you to see, first of all, give them some love. They're working really hard at cannabis education and patient advocacy and support. So they're really cool folks to follow as well. I believe I don't watch a lot of the YouTube, but you can catch them on YouTube here too. But go to their website. They have on their website this little thing that says see that? Find your rep and tell them to vote no to THC caps and yes to legalization. Super simple. Go find that red button, 710morningshow.com, and tell them JMOJen sent you if you chat with them. Anyway, go type in your address and it'll take you right to who you need to call. Give them a call. A lot of times there'll be your voice recording. So plan what you're going to say ahead and just basically keep it. Don't use any explicatives or anything because people tend to take you less seriously if you do that. Keep it about how it affects you, how a THC, 10% cap on THC is going to affect you. And for me, it's going to make medicating unreachable because I'm not going to be able to afford the products. It's going to limit so much, and I very, very easily be reliable now. I can leave my house for lengths of time without worrying about my digestive system, going crazy out there. I can literally stir a pot of spaghetti and the flour content, because it's ripening agents are sprayed on it, which changes the gluten molecule, the protein molecule in the wheat. I can stir American pasta that's boiling and it will make my digestive system inflamed. And within 15 minutes, I have to be in the bathroom, period, end of story, from steam. Okay. So I go to the groceries, I go to the market, go to the grocery store. When I go out, I typically come back with welts on my arm. Like they look like mosquito bites raised up, but they're a little bit red and they're itchy like allergy. So I get these from brushing against something. Just brushing against something will give me that. So look, I can't handle the fillers that are going to be needed to bring the levels down the way that they need to be according to the new caps. It's going to make my medicating prohibitive, and it's going to make me an unreliable employee again. And instead of building an income and an empire and being a productive member of society, I'm going to go on public assistance is what's going to happen, because I'm not going to be able to survive without it. So, going to put that out there, let everybody know. Definitely get in touch with your local your local lawmakers, your local representatives in Florida for the Senate and the House, and let them know that a THC cap will be negatively affect you, and let them know how. Definitely, the more phone calls we can get out there, and if you work in a clinic or a dispensary, or your groups on Facebook, you can, if you'd like to, share this. But if not, make a comment about it. Share the 710 Morning Show's link where you can go find out who to call. Do something, okay? Don't let the stereotypical cannabis users are unmotivated and lazy. Don't prove them right. Get up, stand up, make a call, send an email. Get involved and let them know how the THC cap is going to affect you. How is it going to affect you? 10% cap on smokable cannabis. Think about that and how that's going to affect you. All right. You guys, stay elevated. Remember, you're a spiritual being having a human experience, and everything else starts making sense. Also, don't limit yourself. Don't be afraid to look for divine inspiration outside of traditional Christian methods. I consider myself a Christian, but I consider myself like, Jesus is my hippie brother who was trying to spread love and peace too and truth. So, the times were different then. Maybe we need some new language. You guys, we're connected. We're connected through spirit, through the Holy Spirit. We don't necessarily need all the stories to get us there, regardless of what stories you use or what language you use to describe your spirituality. Try to never judge anyone else for the words they use, because you could be saying exactly the same thing. And if you don't open your mind to that, you're just going to fight and argue, which is counterproductive to us all coming together as one. So I believe in the power of manifestation, and I manifest that you're going to have a fabulous day. Thank you for watching. Please take a moment, pretty please. If you're watching this, click subscribe for me. I do a lot of free counseling as a spiritual minister. So I'm really trying to get this channel going. I've been asked for it. So I'm trying to get it monetized, or maybe not monetized, but I'm trying to get more people. I'm trying to reach more people. So if you find a place that this is an appropriate video to share, please do so. And comment below. Let me know how you feel about the THC cap, or if you want to see other videos, what you want to know about Florida dispensaries, what you want to know about cannabis in Florida, spirituality, gardening, cooking, all kinds of stuff. So let me know what you guys want to hear about. I promise, I keep promising that RSO fudge recipe. I'm going to break down and do it. I just got a couple dollars in my account. Thank you, by the way. I got 2 $20 donations. Hold on. NF was one of them, and they'll know who that is. So thank you so much for your support and believing in me and my ability to reach people in chat. Goodness knows I can talk. We'll see if we can reach people. And also, who was the other donation? I'm so sorry. They just showed up and I just realized. So, oh, Natalie Dutton. Thank you, Natalie. Thank you for your donation. I really appreciate it. If you would like to donate to the ministry, you can go to paypal.com/MasterMichelle, MasterMichelle. It's kind of a guru nickname, the master of marijuana. Anyway, it's other nicknames too. It was kind of simultaneous. So go support if you'd like. You can find me also on Twitch under MasterMichelle FL. And I stream regularly from there. You can ask me a question in the chats right away. I get Coca-Cola every once in a while from Mexico because it's made with real sugar. The phosphoric acid is not too bad for me, but they still use the caramel color that's the actual from caramelized sugar. So, and it's made with real sugar, not corn syrup. I'm explaining why, and the label's still white. So cheers, y'all. I'm going to end this with a little toke from a strain I twisted. This is the Gas Monkey from Surterra. It came in at a 17% THC, so that's not so bad. And I got it in the 7-gram pre-ground for $50. So thank you, Surterra, and it's a delicious, very focusing, and a strain that helps me be productive. I know I'm different. This is a nice nighttime strain for most people, Gas Monkey, but it's a strain that actually helps me get my stuff done because it brings me in and focuses me. It puts my feet on the ground. I need some glue to glue my feet to the ground. So not everybody's the same, and we're not all out there chasing this elusive recreational high. And no one's ever died from an overdose. Do you know how to fix if you don't feel good, if you feel like you've had too much cannabis? Drink a big glass of water and go take a hot shower. It'll help metabolize the cannabis out of your system a lot faster. And most people want to go take a nap after that, so Cheers. Here's to relief. I'm going to say sláinte because